Going on, boys? San Pellegrino sip. The number one thing you need to look at and take into account when it comes to optimizing sex drive, testosterone, and erection health is your hormones. And I'm going to tell you exactly how you can achieve higher testosterone, higher libido, and proper sexual function. So many people are miseducated and uninformed on the male endocrine system. Doctors and other creators in this space have overcomplicated it. But I'm telling you that fixing your hormones, sex drive, and boners is not complicated. I've broken down the solution into 6 sections where we're going to talk about what to eat, what not to eat, sexual exhaustion and androgen receptors, exercise and overtraining, the timing of when you eat and when you have sex, and the supplements I think you should be taking. Now, I don't want to waste your time, so we're going to get straight into this. What to eat and why. These foods that I'm about to tell you are crucial to obtaining and maintaining high levels of testosterone. Number one food on the list, and this is probably the most important thing that men do not eat enough of, is beef, specifically for the L-carnitine and the creatine in the beef. This is going to upregulate androgen receptors. It's not just L-carnitine and creatine as well. There's many other nutrients in beef that contribute to higher testosterone levels and better sexual function. Number 2 on the list is organic pasture-raised eggs. The cholesterol in these eggs is the building block of sex hormones, not to mention every other necessary nutrient that is found in eggs. If I was to list them all, it would add over a minute to this video, so just take my word for it. Number 3 is grass-fed butter. This stuff is high in fat-soluble vitamins and saturated fat and cholesterol. Shellfish and oysters. This is not a necessary food. It's a helpful food specifically for the zinc, but if you're eating enough red meat, it's not something that you have to worry about too much. Shellfish and oysters are optional. Healthy sources of carbohydrates, i.e. fruit, honey, sourdough bread, organic rice, organic pastas. In some cases, carbs are optional. If you have a high body fat percentage or you're overweight, you would probably benefit more from a low carb diet, and you would receive the benefit of higher testosterone, better sexual function, higher libido from a low carb diet. If you are thinner or leaner, you're going to want carbs in your diet to maintain healthy testosterone levels. Now, this way of eating would be considered unhealthy, and doctors would tell you that this would lead to heart disease. This cannot be further from the truth, guys. A high protein, high saturated fat, animal-based diet is the most optimal diet a human can eat for hormone production, muscle mass and strength, cognitive function, and just being the optimal version of yourself. Misinformation and big food companies have led us astray and led us to believe things like the food pyramid. And while that might have worked in the past when food was nutrient dense and full of vitamins and minerals, it doesn't work now because of factory farming and other factors. If you are not consuming the foods that I just listed, your sex drive, testosterone, and erection health is going to suffer. If you're struggling with these problems and you start consuming a diet high in these foods, you will experience an almost immediate improvement. Your diet is the biggest factor affecting your hormones. Over the years, I've tried many ways of boosting my natural testosterone, and we're going to cover that in later parts of this video, but eating this way has led to the biggest increase in my natural testosterone, biggest increase in my overall hormonal health, sexual function, sex drive, and erection health. Now, for the things that you need to avoid eating, any oil that does not come from an animal, i.e. vegetable, soy, canola, safflower, sunflower, peanut, cottonseed oil. All of these oils are high in linoleic acid and absolutely crush your health and overall testosterone levels. These oils are pure evil. Some acceptable oils that are not from an animal include organic extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. These are not necessarily optimal, but they're not going to hurt your health and testosterone levels. Avoid soy products at all costs. Soy oil, soy lecithin, and soy protein have been researched, and while they don't show a decrease in your actual overall testosterone level, they lead to a decrease in androgen receptor density and sensitivity, which is arguably worse because it destroys testosterone's ability to work in the body. This might be obvious, but avoid all mainstream sources of carbohydrates. I'm not here to tell you that all carbs are bad, but if you're going to eat them, make it yourself. Bake your own cookies, cake, and bread. If you go to the bakery section at any supermarket and read any ingredients label, I will bet you my net worth that it has one or more of the oils that you should not be consuming and a host of other endocrine disrupting ingredients, probably food dyes, titanium dioxide, all this weird shit in it. Do not consume that stuff. It's poisonous for your hormones and it's poisonous for your overall health. Sexual exhaustion and androgen receptors. It's the norm nowadays to watch explicit content on the internet and to masturbate on a regular basis. Most men don't know the extent of the damage that they're causing to their mind and the taxation that occurs on their body from this process. It takes 1 ounce of blood and an assortment of vital nutrients to generate enough sperm for an ejaculation, and this process is physically taxing to the body. Chronic masturbation and frequent ejaculation leads to a downregulation of androgen receptors and consequently makes the receptors less sensitive to testosterone. Regardless of your diet, training, and sleep, if you keep yourself in a perpetual constant state of sexual exhaustion, your sex drive, testosterone, and erection health will be lower than it should be. If you have an addiction to adult content and or masturbation, you would greatly benefit from a 3-month period of abstinence. This will reset your dopamine system and let your body return to homeostasis regarding hormonal production. It will also increase androgen receptor sensitivity, which will lead to an increase in libido, testosterone, and erection health. Another factor is that you could be ejaculating too frequently with your partner. Say you're not addicted to porn, say you don't masturbate on a regular basis. If you're having sex with your partner on a regular basis and ejaculating frequently with your partner, this can also lead to sexual exhaustion. I recommend that you do not ejaculate more than once a week. And what I'm about to say next may come as a surprise to you guys, but you do not have to ejaculate when you have sex with your partner. Does this take self-control? Yes. Is it easy at first? No, but from this process, you will have higher testosterone, higher androgen receptor sensitivity, higher sex drive, better sexual function, and better erection health. I'm not telling you that you have to do this. This is not a necessary step. Following the diet that I outlined previously and the rest of the advice in this video should solve the problem for the majority of you. But my promise to you is that the practice of holding in your seed will greatly benefit your recovery from training, your testosterone production, your libido, and your erection health. Training and overtraining. I believe all men should engage in physical exertion on a regular basis. It is necessary to maintaining proper health and proper sexual function. Whether your goal is to put on muscle, which most of us want, or you just want to maintain your health. Proper recovery is necessary for a healthy sex drive and testosterone production. Maintaining a healthy cardiovascular system is necessary to maintaining proper sexual function, and it will have downstream benefit on your testosterone level. There are 3 states a human can exist in. 1, sedentary. 2, at our training potential's edge. And 3, overtrained. Our sex drive, testosterone, and erection health is going to be highest when we are at the edge of our training potential, and we are training just enough to push ourselves to growth, but not so far to the point where we are overtrained. The line that exists between our maximum growth potential and overtraining is going to be different from person to person. It's going to depend on the nutrient content of your diet, how much sleep you get, and how often you're training. It is up to you to find that line for yourself and stay just before it, and properly recover from your training sessions. That being said, pushing yourself physically is a necessary part of maintaining healthy testosterone, a healthy sex drive, and healthy erections. Timing food and sex. This section is going to be more about your performance than it is about obtaining a higher libido and optimal testosterone. But what you eat, and when you have sex matters. If you have a high body fat percentage or you are insulin resistant, eating a large amount of carbohydrates before sex can lead to premature ejaculation and erectile problems. This has to do with sugar and its immediate effects on testosterone and insulin. On the other hand, eating something like organic eggs or a meal high in saturated fat prior to sex can enhance your performance. It comes down to the hormonal effect of the given food. If you ejaculate during sex, your body is going to start the process of spermatogenesis and begin manufacturing new sperm. Like I stated before, this process takes a lot of vital nutrients. So it's a good idea to eat a nutrient-dense meal post-intercourse so that your body can replenish the nutrients it needs to continue producing optimal testosterone. This last section is supplementation. Modern food is much less nutrient-dense than it used to be. This is due to our soil being heavily farmed and nutrient content slowly going down over the years because the soil gets used and used and used. This makes supplementation necessary in the modern day. Here are the supplements that I recommend you take to obtain and maintain proper sexual function and testosterone production. Number 1, we have boron at 9 milligrams daily. Number 2, magnesium glycinate, 400 to 600 milligrams every night before you go to sleep. Vitamin D3, 10,000 IUs daily. Vitamin K2, 100 micrograms daily. This is the absolute bare minimum of what you need to be supplementing in this day and age for healthy testosterone and healthy hormones. Additional supplements I've tried include Tongkat Ali and Shilajit. Tongkat Ali seemed to increase my libido and testosterone for the first month I took it, but the effects tapered off after that first month, so I stopped taking it. Shilajit, on the other hand, I've been taking for the last 3 months, and it seems to be working well for boosting my testosterone, libido, and mental clarity. I would recommend Shilajit to anyone as a add-on to a proper diet and proper training regimen. If you're struggling with sexual health, erection health, low testosterone, or performance issues, I hope this video was helpful to you. If you want higher testosterone, more drive, more ambition, better sexual function, more muscle, and to become a more masculine man, let me help you reach those things. There's a link in the description of this video to my one-on-one coaching. Click that link, sign up for a month, and book your first call today. And I will make it my personal mission to get you to the highest possible natural testosterone level that you can be at. Remember, in a world full of don'ters, be a doer.